Imagine this. Your team member comes to you about a suspicious email that they received, and you immediately recognize that as a phishing attempt. So you tell them to report it. Now, this team member wasn't the only one that received that suspicious email, and they weren't the only ones to report it either. This decisive action taken by you and your team members allowed the IT department to remove that suspicious email from inboxes across the organization. That's it. End of story. And that is a way better result than if nobody reported it and your IT team wasn't able to respond. In that case, the story keeps going, but there is no happy ending. In this alternative timeline, the threat went unreported, spreading across the organization and becoming a costly cyber attack. But this positive version, the proactive version of the story, the version where your team helps the organization, well, that happens when teams understand that they share responsibility for cybersecurity and they've been appropriately trained to spot, report, and discuss potential threats. In other words, this happens when organizations build a positive security culture. Now, we define security culture as the ideas, customs, and social behaviors that influence an organization's security. And that's just another way of saying that an organization intentionally creates space where cybersecurity is valued and emphasized. So, why does security culture matter? Well, regardless of how powerful the technology that's protecting your organization is, the fact is that no technology is foolproof. And because of that, your people, your humans, your employees are a critical layer of defense against cyber attacks. When attackers break through your technical defenses, and trust me, they will, it is vital that individuals know exactly what is expected of them. This includes everyone from your frontline employees all the way up to the C-suite. Research shows that as security culture improves, organizations are less likely to fall victim to cyber attacks, and employees have increased confidence in their organization's ability to handle those threats. So, what does a positive security culture look like? Security culture looks like dedicated channels where users feel confident and comfortable asking questions about security issues. Security culture also looks like a user receiving a phishing email. They identify the warning signs of that email, and then they immediately report it, preventing others, and possibly hundreds of others, from clicking a malicious link in that same email. Security culture looks like people knowing what to do when faced with a serious security threat and caring enough to take action. What can you do as a leader to promote a positive security culture? Communicate, and communicate some more. One of the most important actions you can take as a leader is to have open communication about security issues with your team. Listening to your team and addressing their concerns, discussing security strategies, setting clear expectations, and explaining why these issues are important are all excellent ways to help them understand and implement security measures. Your team may understand what they need to do, but they are far more likely to follow through if they understand why they need to do it. It can also be helpful to consistently recognize and reward good security practices. As a leader, it's important to know and understand that there are 7 dimensions that an organization can focus on to achieve a positive security culture. These 7 dimensions are research-backed scientific measurements that help organizations gauge how well their security culture functions and in what areas they may need some improvement. These dimensions are attitudes, behaviors, cognition, communication, compliance, norms, and responsibilities. Your organization will measure these dimensions through regularly scheduled surveys that gauge users' thoughts, feelings, and attitudes towards security culture. As a leader, You are a key part of your organization's security culture. And leaders will get the security culture that they promote, or conversely, the security culture that they ignore. Lead by example. Employees may fail to do what you say, but they will not fail to do what you do. Take security training seriously. Demonstrate what you've learned and help others do the same.